welcome to our audio podcast. Today we're going to be talking about a product that we all use today. That's right. Today we are talking about phones, specifically iPhones, and our thoughts on them. And so our product review will help us explain why high schoolers specifically prefer iPhones over any other brand. But before I get into that story, I have to tell you this story. As you all are aware, the more technologies that develop over time, the more options we have because of the fact that there will always be a cheaper, yet far more effective version of the same product. It's the same with smartphones today, and has been since around 2010, when more and more smartphone brands released their first smartphone. This was around the time when the first set of high schoolers started getting their phones. And even with the wide variety of options, they always seem to pick the iPhone. As much as 88% of all high school students today use an iPhone. But how come is this strange anomaly occurring, even though there are a multitude of brands all with the same creation? Well, first, we have to talk about its data storage. iPhones, depending on the model, can either have 64, 128, or 256 gigabytes of data. This factor is very crucial for high schoolers as they seem to download new apps onto their phones very often. What I'm getting here is that no matter how many apps a high school student downloads onto their phones or how many photos they take, it never seems to hit the maximum capacity. This is one of the only reasons why high schoolers prefer iPhones over everything else, due to its huge data storage.
And, as we all know today, us teenagers have absurdly low attention spans. Well, that's at least according to our parents. But it is something that I hate to admit, and it is because of our low attention spans that we are impatient, especially when it comes to the processing speeds that our iPhones have. This might be how long it takes for a YouTube video to play, or how long it takes to upload a TikTok video. We want our phones to work fast, and I mean real fast, and that is what Apple is doing. Right now, the average processing speed of an iPhone is 150 runs per minute. That's faster than your heartbeat, while the average processing speed of an Android is only about 60 runs per minute. The third reason why iPhones are superior is because they have a longer battery life. Typically, an average Android or Samsung Galaxy can function for 5 hours straight, but only if they are charged completely to 100%, whereas iPhones have twice the battery life for the same percentage of battery. This component makes it so that teenagers can continuously scroll on their phones for hours and hours on end. Not that it's good for them, but it's good for Apple because it means they are doing their job of keeping their customers satisfied with the product. This is the biggest reason that is being mentioned when Apple gets a 4 or 5 star rating on the iPhone. Oh no, my phone battery is running low.
Oops, I dropped my phone in water. What do I do now? Thankfully, iPhones, especially the new models, are also waterproof, which means if you accidentally drop your phone in a swimming pool, you have exactly 30 minutes to pick it up. This is preferred by parents who want to get their kids phones because kids are more likely to drop something, and dropping phones could eventually make them useless. The fact that the phone remains waterproof for half an hour is more than enough to bring it back and clean it off before it gets obliterated by the water. So these are the reasons why iPhones are preferred over smartphones by high school students. Thanks for listening to our podcast and stay tuned for the next episode. Goodbye!